Hello? Hello? Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? 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 Can you hear me? There. Can you hear me now? Guys, thank you so much. Sorry, guys. I had to come on early tonight. I just had to. Let me tell you, it took me a while to be able to sit down because as soon as I found out, Sebastian, as soon as I found out, guys, I was ecstatic. Ecstatic. Because let me say, guys, in Pitaya Las Almos, it has been este, a crazy 2 years, 3 years. Crazy 3 years. Because for one thing, guys, I know who Erasmo Castro is. My friends know who Erasmo Castro is. And I was elected to be a board member for the district, guys. And I did a hell of a job. I represented the district. I promoted the district, guys. And worst case scenario, I didn't steal your money. I didn't take a dime. Not a dime. I fought corruption. I stood up against corruption. I went to the FBI to report corruption, guys. And I got a lot of crap from a lot of the haters. No, Erasmo's lying. Erasmo didn't go to the FBI. And then they found out that I had. Guys, I've been fighting corruption for years now. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs, guys, how bad these individuals are for our community, guys, for years. I've warned my community about Sylvia Atkinson. I warned my community about Minerva Pena. And I've warned my community concerning Drew the racist Brown. She's next. So, Drew, screw you, you racist piece of crap. You're next, honey. Because if you don't think that you're going to get busted for signing off on Sylvia's crap, for being her right hand man, for pushing the insurance, Drew, let me say, guys, I uh, I don't know if y'all knew this, but I was arrested for DWI, a Class B misdemeanor. I don't know if y'all knew this. I was arrested for a Class B misdemeanor, guys. But let me say this, guys, and I'm not justifying it in any way, shape, or form. Not justifying it. And I've said this before. I came out and I took it like a man, accepted responsibility, and have not asked for it to be expunged from my record. I want it there, guys. I want it there to remind me, what I did, guys. I did outside the duties of a board member, guys. 1 o'clock at night, outside the realm of my functions as a board member, guys. I didn't use my position as a board member to enrich myself, my family, or my friends, guys. Because I promised you that I would be a different politician. I would be a different kind of elected official. And as an elected official, guys, I kept my word to you. What I did outside the realm and the scope of political office, guys, out of the service that I provided for my community, again, I accepted responsibility for. What Sylvia Atkinson did, guys, she did as a board member, as an employee of the district, and the other districts she screwed over. What Adela Garza has done, she did in her capacity as a TSC board member. She's a rata, guys. A rata. A rat. That's what she is. And she's going to go down too. What Minerva Peña did, she did in her capacity as a BISD board member. As her capacity as an elected official. That's what makes the difference, guys. That's what makes the difference. Minerva Peña was taken into custody today after turning herself in. A Castro for HD 38. I'm running. And Brandon is going to be one of my campaign managers. Spill it. You know what we are here for. Good evening, by the way. Guys, she was there was a warrant out for her arrest. A warrant out for her arrest, guys. Because of nepotism. Because as we reported here live, guys, we reported here live to you all. She hires her family, guys. She used her position to get all her family members jobs at BISD, guys. She used her position. And it was wrong. It was wrong. And many people knew about it. I fixed it. Good evening. Good evening. I know. Oh, no audio. I can't hear you. Sorry, Chrissy. No te escuchas. Sorry, Zavala. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry, guys. I fixed it. Good evening. Good evening. You give us the details. I will. Oh, yes. Now we can hear you. Thank you, guys. Woo. Guys, y'all created tonight. Yes. Yes. There, thank you. Good evening, Sebastian Hermoso. Let me see, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. You know, my dad's name is Erasmo, and he wore glasses like that. We love you too, guys. Zavala Omar Espat. You did great for the district. Thank you, Esperanza. I did my best. Hello. The truth prevails. Preach. I am in tears. Happy for you. Thank you. Is this an early show? Yeah. What was the warrant for? Nepotism. But I'll go into it a little bit. Que mucho ya sabes que Dios es justo a su tiempo. No nosotros. Yes. Richard, this sounds like a song title. Yes. Erasmo, does this mean Minerva is off the board officially? No, not yet. Someone needs to file next week. Diego Pedrito Sola. I don't know that. Did her butt kisser the family already message you defending Asquerosa Pingüina? Not yet. Viva Mexico. Such a lovely evening. Yes. La Pingüina in jail. Todos son trans, así que just tuned in. Are you talking about La Pingüina? Sorry. My kids enjoy listening to you, and they're in third and first. I love them. Let me say, guys. They accused me, guys. Minerva Peña was the one that filed the police report against me. And I've shared this a couple of times. She filed the police report against me that I had sex with a student in a car in the parking lot of a local bar, that I had sex with a student in a car. Have y'all seen my car? I couldn't have sex with myself in my car. She filed a police report. police officers, Brownsville Police Department, officers from the Brownsville Police Department, they went to the district on Price Road to consult with the superintendent because Minerva Peña had stated that the superintendent knew that I had had sex with a student in a car. The interim superintendent said, this is 100% not true, because it was 100% not true. This piece of crap, Sylvia Atkinson and Baltasar el Perro Infeliz Salazar, they accused me, and racist Drew Brown too, accused me of cocoreando with students on social media. Cocoreando because quería tener algo. And after BISD police investigated it, they found there was nothing. I have the email. So what did they do? They pushed it forward to Homeland Security. See if they could dive into my computers, my social media. And let me tell you guys, they found nothing, because it has never happened. But they did everything in their power, guys. Everything to destroy my life. Destroy my life with lies, fabrications. They used the resources of the district to come after Erasmo Castro. They used a $500 million budget to destroy Erasmo Castro. They used their buffet of attorneys, buffet of attorneys. Endless number of attorneys, guys. They used them to come after Erasmo Castro. And you know what really trips me out, guys? What they tried to do to me, they've done to a lot of people here at the district. Sylvia destroyed many lives here in the district, in our community, guys. Gracias, Eduardo. Te lo regreso. Sylvia destroyed a lot of lives here in Brownsville and in the area. Minerva Peña as well, guys. Drew the racist Brown. Because that is what they do. But they came after the wrong person. Because I don't bend for them. I don't falter. And I will not fail. I have set the course. The wind is on my side. We will push forward, guys. We will continue to expose the corruption that exists here in the city of Brownsville, guys. We will continue to fight for what's right. We will continue to stand together, guys. We will continue to expose them for what they are. So let me tell you guys, it's vindication for Erasmo Castro, because her pathetic family, guys, constantly would come on to defend that piece of crap. She is a piece of crap. A piece of crap, guys. Let's go to the comment. Good evening. Such a lovely evening with all these news. 100%. What about the Cesar Lopez thing? What happened? I'm getting there. Remind me. I've invited Carlos Elizondo. I've invited Katy Presas. We're going to have Daniel after a while. Just remind me, please. Not going to forget about that one. Todos son transes, Erasmo Castro. Sí. What do you think her sentence will be? She's going to literally, guys. And let me. This is a great question, because I don't think that it's going to. She's not going. I don't think she's going to do any jail time. Let's just be honest. She's going to get probation. Although I hear that other charges are looming, coming soon. But let's say that this Class C misdemeanor is the only charge that they come up with. Let's say that that's the case. She will do no time. But let me say this, guys. Her life's destroyed because you better believe someone is going to file against this piece of crap. Someone's going to file against this piece of crap this coming week. Mr. Lizondo, how you doing, sir? Mr. Lizondo, can you hear us?
Hold on, let me fix my mic.
You can't find your mic? Can you hear? Put the volume up. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Hi, Mr. Lizondo, how you doing, man? Long time no hear or see.
I know it. I know it. You
Well,
know
I
how it
don't know.
is when you got to work.
What is that work thing? I don't know if
Exactly.
you've heard of the happenings of Brownsville, Texas.
Actually, I've just kept up with it right now because everybody started texting me that one of the board members is went to prison today or to jail or got arrested for something.
Yeah, one of your favorite board members, actually.
Who?
Minerva, La Pingüina Peña.
Your friend, your best friend.
Carlos, what's your take on the Pingüina getting arrested?
I mean, it just what if you hang around with Sylvia Atkinson, you're gonna get burned like Sylvia Atkinson did. You know, and she used to always back her up on everything, on all the votes. The yay vote was always Minerva Peña. I don't know if they got her for that, but it might be something that might be happening soon.
Well, I'm glad you said that. That might be because right now the charge as we know it right now is a Class C. It's a it's I don't know. It's for nepotism. And let
Hmm.
me say that what I've learned after her getting booked and everything is that it's just the first step.
Right,
There's more coming.
right. And I think you've said this before. I mean, that little circle that's been on everybody's lips is you can see they're taking them down one by one, but they are taking them down. I think a lot of the frustration from everybody is that why is it taking so long? Well, it takes so long because they don't want them to get away with it.
Yeah, and one of the things that I learned, let me tell you, when I went to the FBI, I was frustrated. I was like, when are y'all going to take action? I was like screaming,
Hmm.
and because I it was just dragging and dragging and dragging. And one of the things that we learned through the process was they cross their T's and they dot their I's,
Hmm.
and they make sure that their case is tight shut. So for some reason or other, and now this is different in the respects that this is not a federal case, this is a state case. Luis Saenz is going to be prosecuting this case, the state case.
Okay.
And again, why Luis Saenz waited till today. I'm going to guess that Luis Saenz office, waited until they had all their T's crossed and all their I's dotted.
That's correct.
Also, it's kind of cool that it happened on a Friday. I don't know if they did it on a Friday because they thought that people were not going to be paying attention because of Friday night football, because the war it was an active warrant, and then she turned herself into Carrizales, had her mugshot taken, and one of the things that she would make fun of is that a lot of us had mugshots out there.
Right.
Well, guess what, baby? She's got one of her own now.
Yep.
And let me say this because they've come after you, Carlos, with crap and a half.
Hmm.
You've been vindicated. I mean, 100% vindicated. I mean, there's other stuff that they want to come after you that's not going to go anywhere. They
Correct.
came after me, Class B misdemeanor, for a DWI that happened outside the scope of my responsibilities as a board member.
Mm-hmm.
Look, guys, they got charged for what they were doing as board members. They
Correct.
used their position for evil. They used their position to enrich themselves, to enrich their compadres, to enrich their neighbors. They did this.
Okay, that's correct.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Kathy, I don't know if you've
We're
heard the news,
just,
but Minerva Peña has been arrested.
yep, I believe I was told that she turned herself in because she was going to get arrested. So
Yes.
I think she went about it the route of turning herself in. Hmm. Yep.
What's your
And
take on her getting arrested?
well, I'm going to say this, and it's so unfortunate, but I guess the people are going to realize who she really is, and she portrays to be this individual that she's not. That's so unfortunate because she's deceived a lot of people out there with
Jesus
her
blood.
persona as yeah, that she's this great person because she was a trooper, because she worked for law enforcement many years. And it's so unfortunate because when I was with her on the school board, she didn't really abide by a lot of the stuff. It was whatever circumvented her, what was to her advantage. The time I served with her, and I got to serve 8 years with her, I
Uh,
believed that she was, yes, 8 years were too long for me to serve with an individual like her. And it's so unfortunate because, people keep reelecting her. I don't know how. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. She's there because she wants to feel important to people and for people to come to her because she is Minerva Peña. Unfortunate. I don't think she can live without that attention. And
no.
me personally,
Well,
hey, you do whatever you do, and you have to pay the price. You pay the price. She was very adamant about censoring me. Like I'm telling you just this morning, I was telling the public this morning, Minerva should not be on the board. Minerva needs to be outvoted next time she considers to run again for the board. I said that this morning. Little did I know that she was, going to turn herself in or get booked. It was due. It was sooner or later was going to happen. For those of us that were part of a board or that knew what was going on, a lot of things were not privy to say or divulge because we just can't. So it's just so unfortunate. And this is a second woman, and I'm embarrassed and ashamed to say this is the second woman that's been on the board. And look,
oh, there's one more
come
coming.
on, ladies,
Oh, there's one more coming. Drew
well,
Brown's going to go down.
I don't doubt it.
And she needs to go down.
I don't
But,
doubt.
but let me say something that you mentioned, and I mean, Carlos, you knew her as well. You served with her on the board. But let me say, guys, one of the things that Minerva that I learned from Minerva Peña is that without this seat, without this position, she is nothing. She has nothing. I think all three of us we've served on the board. I think all three of us we have our life outside of the board. Carlos saves lives. uh, Kathy sells people real estate and
Well,
property stuff.
I do real estate, and I have, I've served my community with my, with the love and passion that I've always done. And maybe that's why a lot of people perceive me as, oh, she's a nut. No,
Yeah,
I'm not crazy.
but
Trust me.
I think what I'm trying to say is that we found lives outside of an
Out
elected
of
office.
BISD. Yeah,
We
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 don't
have a
have to be elected
yeah,
officials.
no,
We
we
don't
don't
have
have
to be
to be
elected
elected officials,
officials.
Carlos. Carlos, we don't have to be elected officials to serve our community. I saw some pictures of you, Carlos, out there saving some individuals' lives that are once at a restaurant, once at a stop. I mean, you save lives every day, bro. We
Mm-hmm.
don't need to have an elected position to serve our community and to, shine in the community. I think it's different with her because she has nothing outside the board. She is a disgusting individual. Carlos?
I mean, I have to agree with you guys. This was everything for her, but at the same time, because it was everything for her, what did she end up doing? She ended up destroying it because of the greed. And just, I mean, Kata, you know this better than I. I mean, you served with her more than I did. There's more to come.
Oh
This was
yeah.
not just one
Well,
episode of her 18 or 16 years being there. There has to be more stuff that the DA is going to come up and and use against her.
You are 100% correct. I've learned as of recent after her being booked. And yes, I said she was arrested because I just loved the president, but she did turn herself in. I did make that clarification. But let me say, I have learned that there's more coming for that piece of crap. And
you know,
que caiga el
you
que
know that
caiga.
one thing that, yeah, and it's unfortunate because, you know, education, they're supposed to be focusing on the betterment of the education, making sure that the teachers are getting what they're needing, the support, the the budget that's needed for them. We seem to just, unfortunate, look the other direction. Well, I say we, but it shouldn't be we because we're not part of the board. But Miss Peña would always say, "Oh, and I'm for the people." Now, no, you know what? She has this personality of having two faces. She's hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. And for though I've known Minerva Peña since I was 7 years old, guys. I,
Ah, ay, qué infierno. Ya, ya me dejaron
okay.
salir.
Oh my
Your volume
goodness.
went dead.
Oh my God. Am I there? I mean, I've known Minerva since the age of 7, so I know who she is. I know what she's capable of doing. And when she voted to have me censor, and she was on Baltasar Salazar's side all the time, I was like, girl,
on
he's
his payroll.
not the exactly, exactly. So when people used to say, oh no, trust me, I know who she is and I know what she's capable of doing. But anyway, it's unfortunate. It's a shame, it's an embarrassment for the district itself. It is, and I'm sure there's more, a lot there behind everything else that we don't know. I'm sure, because 8 years that I served, I know about some of the stuff that wasn't even brought up to her attention.
Well, yeah, I agree with both of you. I know. Well, I know for a fact that there's more coming against her. A lot more coming. I know for a fact that someone is going to file to have her removed on Monday. I know for a fact.
Well, you know what? Maybe the people need to send a strong message. Maybe they're supposed to be. We're supposed to. We should have more signatures of citizens of the community to make sure that they get the message that this is not going to be tolerated.
No,
Enough is
it won't.
enough. Hello, Miss Johnson. How are you doing?
Well,
So,
Elia,
I can guarantee you,
uh-huh.
someone is going to be waiting in line Monday morning to file against that piece of crap. I can guarantee you that at 10:15, after someone does a morning show from 9 to 10 in the morning, they're going to scooter their pretty butts on over to the courthouse to file against this piece of crap. You could bet money on it, and you'd make a buck.
I bet Frankie's gonna do it.
Honestly, I think that honestly, if you get more signatures from the community itself, you know, get more signatures, and the DA needs to, and I'm sure he will, respect the fact that citizens are wanting to put a stop to this. And if she does not, we don't deserve to have someone on the board like her. Not at this point. I mean,
Well, let me tell you,
she should
as many
resign. She
people
should resign.
as many people as may want could sign along, but it only requires one signature, one person to file against that piece of crap. And I could bet my bottom dollar that there will be someone who's going to pay from his own money,
Run their money.
yeah, to file that form.
Run
Huh?
their money.
Vender money.
Run their money.
Spend their money. Now, if anybody wants to chip in and be a part of it, send over the cash, baby, because you better believe I'm going to walk my butt behind out to that courthouse on Monday morning, and I'm going to file against this piece of crap. Because hey, it's the right thing to do. You know, she needs to be removed from that board. Someone needs to do it.
And you know what, Erasmo, I've gotten calls from people that they just feel intimidated by the woman. This is BISD staff that feel intimidated. They're so tired of her and her abusive behavior that she, that she's out there asking, demanding, for things that because she's a board member, of course, our staff is going to feel intimidated. They're not going to want to step up to the plate and say anything. And it's so unfortunate.
I think Frankie Oliver joined us. How you doing, Frankie?
How's it going, beautiful people? Going well. Thank you for the invitation. How's everyone doing tonight?
Are you at McDonald's?
No, I'm actually headed to a little party. So I apologize, but I felt like I needed to say a few quick words, if you would allow me to.
Yeah, go.
This says a lot about nepotism. This has been going on for far too long. What I want the community to understand is this is happening right under our nose. That is how time and time again, Joey Lopez is using his daughter and his cousin to milk the county, milk the school district dry. Miss Minerva Peña was charged with nepotism. Well, let's go back to the March meeting at BISD when Daniel Lopez Valdez and Denise Garza, they voted to award a contract to Joey Lopez, who sits on the board for Lone Star National Bank. And, people have been saying, hey, man, it's only $250 that he gets. Yes, but it's a principle. Are we going to allow these individuals to keep on milking us dry? And look, the Lopez supermarkets, aren't those people multimillionaires? But once again, a very important person that I love very much told me, rich people don't get rich using their money. Rich people get rich using other people's money. And it's unfortunate that we have a mayor who has abused the system. We have Lopez's who have their hands in the county. They have their hands in South Texas. ISD, they have their hands currently right now in the school. I hope that our community is beginning to see what we're dealing with. We get a lot of slack for going on and talking about the irregularities that have been going on within the city, within the county, within the school district. And I'm kind of glad that this happened, guys, because this is to show that I think finally now people are getting tired of it, and we want answers as a community. So, I don't wish this upon anybody, but I do wish this upon those elected officials who abuse their position and are only on there to enrich themselves. So it really pisses me off whenever we have, the school board. They forwarded the nepotism charges to Luis Science on Minerva Peña. Why wasn't that same done with Denise Garza or Daniel Lopez Valdez? And again, the attorneys they're gonna cover them up. That's their job. I understand that, but I want the community to realize this is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm glad this happened. Hopefully, this is the first one of many. And it is time for us as a community to rise up and be like, hey, hasta cuando? Yeah, it's too much. But again, it's only up to us, and hopefully this coming election, we'll be able to make a difference where it counts.
Carlos, your take.
On the question or what?
All right. Well, not on your question, shiny face. On Frankie's comment, I mean, shouldn't these individuals should all fry, bro? They are using their elected positions, and he mentioned the mayor, mentioned other board members on there that we know. They're using their position to continuously enrich themselves. When does it stop?
Well, I mean, obviously, Luis Science is probably fed up with it, and he's showing that it is going to end, and it ended, or maybe it starts to end today. There's more people. There's no more people to come, and we know that it's everywhere. It's in the city, it's in the county, it's in the school district, as we see today. We just got to sit back and let Luis Science do his job and see how far he can take this.
Kathy?
Like Frankie says, I don't think any of us wish bad on anybody, but it's enough is enough, and if we have, I mean, all of these things are on policy and procedures. When we get elected, we become familiar with our policies and our procedures about nepotism, about abstaining, about not voting for any family members to get their jobs. I mean, we know that we shouldn't allow those things to happen. We need to start putting our foot down, and we need to start running a tight ship. Reality check is if anybody else was to do it, let's say a principal hires her husband, that's nepotism. You can't do that. A principal cannot hire her own daughter or her husband to work under the same campus. It's a big no-no. So why are we, or why are the leaders being allowed to do that? You know, whether they're contracts, whether they're hiring of personnel. I mean, when is this going to stop? So enough is enough. I think that the citizens of Brownsville need to start standing up for what's right. They need to forget about that's Brownsville. No, we got to change that, guys. That's why we're in the situation that we're in, because we keep allowing it.
Carlos, we recently had to deal with. I don't know if you've kept up with it, but we had to deal with the mayor of the city of Brownsville. Collecting all these monies for himself, for Ramiro Gonzalez, and making millions. The Limas brothers. It seems like we can never get rid of these people, man. You arrest. It's like you arrest one of them, you arrest El Tio Limas, and then all of a sudden his nephews come up and they become twice as crooks at El Tio Limas, and they're doing it, and it's like they learned how to do it legally. Not doing anything improper by following the guidelines. When does it stop? How can we stop it, Carlos?
I mean, you can stop it by voting them out, but again, that's every 4 years, unfortunately, or unless they get arrested. But then we have to depend on the judicial system to be fast and swift. But changing the rules to be able to manipulate them to benefit you firsthand, that should not be legal. Simple as that. If I change the rules to the game that I'm going to play to benefit my win, then how is it fair to anybody else?
Well, it isn't fair, but it's what they do. And look, and again, one of the things that I shared on one of my shows, I don't know if it was this morning, Kathy, one of the things that I shared was, look, guys, at the end of the day, they set their own guidelines. They set their own parameters. They set their own boundaries and their rules. And these benefit no one but themselves. I still don't understand how this cannot be illegal. How they are not using their positions as individuals on the board or on these committees, or individuals on the city commission, how they are not using these positions to enrich themselves, and how it can't be legal. How is it that it cannot be legal? It makes no sense to me. It's like if we were in a third world country of sorts. Kathy, your take?
That it's unfortunate. I think that they're young and they're hungry to be able to be successful, but in their mind, they're using their success based on the opportunities that they've had because they're on these boards, or because they're affiliated to the certain group, the clique, like we said this morning. It's a clique. At the end of the day, it's a group of people that are hanging out together, associating together, and they really don't care about the damage that they're doing to the rest of the community, because they're benefiting from the services that they're providing, as to be on these committees that they were placed, that I don't know why they don't place anybody else, because there's a lot of people that they could be placing in these committees, but it's the same ones in that circle of committees. So they know exactly what they're doing for each other and how they're going to cover up for each other. And it's unfortunate because they themselves, like you said, they're creating the policies or the procedures or the criteria of where people are going to fall in, and they already know that they're going to be able to qualify and apply for that whatever is given to them. I mean, it's so much of a coincidence. If you look at all the new owners downtown on Elizabeth Street and Washington Street, you'd be surprised. The same owners of one building is the same owner of the other buildings. I believe if I'm not mistaken, you won't see that right now, probably until the next cycle, the next fiscal year for the next taxpayers. But Mayor Trey Mendez has several buildings downtown. Not just one,
Oh, yeah.
not just two, but he's got several, and the day of tomorrow, he'll sell those properties and he's not going to have trouble because he already used funding to be able to beautify or to have the building gain its value, because they're upgrading the buildings. They're bringing value to the buildings. So the day of tomorrow, well, that's his building, and he had the opportunity of getting the funding to fix his building. And yet the prior owners of the building ended up losing because some of them didn't know what was going on. Some of them sold their buildings without knowing that there was funding available, if they were to have been told what the opportunity was for them. That's just sad.
David has the top 5 items for the Pingüina in jail. Number 5, soap on a rope. $5 in her jail account. Anybody want to send those in? 1990s radio with tape player. David, there's number 2. The book of making a do your own book. And carton of cools. Carlos, ¿tú le mandas los cigarritos, Carlos?
Sí. Yo le mando para las maruchas.
Vito, now she can join our orange shirt club. Well, but one of the things, Kathy, that they accused you of hell and a half, and let me say, they one of the things that I learned, and I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way because I went through it. And Carlos, I think you experienced the same thing, and correct me if I'm wrong. But when Baltasar Salazar, made the board censor me, quiet me, and all this other stuff, he brought in pictures. I had supposedly been harding with students and having these conversations. 1,000% not true. 1,000% not true. But he produced the evidence so that they could have an excuse to act upon this, to the point that they pushed this to Homeland Security. But they can manipulate the facts, and Baltasar Salazar was an expert at it, Kathy. Manipulate the facts to appear to make themselves look like the victims by destroying a person's life, Kathy.
Oh no, yes, he deceived the public by telling them on those mail outs that I had made $2 million off of a lawsuit, which was a lie. He made sure that he created and fabricated the treasure, stating that he was living on Iowa when it was a vacant land. Not only that, but the president of the treasure guy was living in Dallas. Then he uses his home up in Houston. He thought he was dealing with someone that didn't know her stuff. And you know what? Minerva always covered for that guy. He's the thief. He's the crook. He should have been gone a long time ago, but nobody could get rid of him. Let me tell you, and the district paid him thousands of dollars. He started with a salary of about $200,000, under $200,000. He ended up with $300,000 salary. Worthless, because he was an attorney that was on the job training. That's what he was, on the job training. He was not even an an attorney for school of law. He wasn't.
Yeah, but
he didn't have the background.
But he put money in Minerva's pocket.
Of course, every time she wanted something for North Brownsville, not North Brownsville Little League, for what is it? The Little League, the not wet. Was it wet? No,
Pony
not West.
League.
He was Pony League for the Pony League. For the Pony League. And of course he gave her money. Come on. We weren't born yesterday. We know all that stuff. Hi.
Well, let me say this. From your time as BSD board members, do you know any other employees who went to report ongoing corruption? Yes. I personally know a couple, but I want to say that I think that at the present time, they are in litigation right now, so I don't want to divulge a lot of information in regards to the individuals that have. But most of the people at BISD, guys, most of the people at BISD, they feared for their job. They feared for their job because these individuals, guys, they retaliated against them. I mean, we know that Luis Sainz, in regards to this case, he sent a letter to the board, guys, and I've requested the letter through open records request, sent a letter to the board admonishing them because the Drew Racist Brown and Jessica Snaggletooth Gonzalez, who is the dumbest person now on the board, the stupidest person on the board, they were out there retaliating, putting pressure on the people that were out there testifying against Minerva Peña. They would. And again, guys, I'm hoping that the DA goes a step further and not only sends a letter, but also takes action against these pieces of crap. Because anyone that intrudes or impedes on an investigation should be brought to justice. They should be. All these people that do all this crap while sitting on that chair, they need to be brought to light. We need to find out about it. Another case today, I don't know if y'all been following, but I did share this week about the fertilizer buy. Maintenance department goes out there and buys $46,000 worth of fertilizer that they can't get rid of. I mean, literally cannot get rid of. They try to dump at the city dump. They dump some. They go back with more to dump to get away, to do away with after buying it because it was of no use, no good. And the city dump says, guys, we can't accept it. So they go and they dump it behind maintenance and they put it over there by the encampment. Y'all are familiar with the encampment. They go up and hide it in the encampment.
They dug a hole at as well. They dug a hole and
they
put
dug
it in
a
there
hole
like
and put
to hide it.
the fertilizer. Mm-hmm.
Again, chemicals into the ground that we have absolutely an encampment. The encampment is for our students to use. They don't care. They don't care. Before, we used to do the top 5% would go out to the encampment and be out there at the camp. They don't care. And again, $46,000 under the $50,000 threshold. And the company that sold it to the district, included two of the individuals that worked there at the maintenance department. That actually the director.
The company is owned by the company is owned. The company that sold the fertilizer. And then the owner
that same company,
that same company is the employee from BISD, the director from BISD.
The director of BISD and the supervisor that he hired, Jaime Mata.
Correct.
Mr. Cesar Lopez. And again, guys, and let me say, it took me a week to throw that information out there because I wanted to confirm, guys. After I received
I have a lot of texts regarding that.
After I got the information, I made sure I went out there and posted. But, this is what concerns me. Going back into Juan Carlos's question, why does it have to be me? Why does it have to be me that exposes this stuff? Why it doesn't BISD have a checks and balances or some type of auditing system that makes sure and guarantees that, first of all, that we're not using federal funds, because what the caveat to all this is they purchased the fertilizer with federal funds. That's where they're going to get in trouble with the law. Federal funds were used to buy this fertilizer.
Erasmo, and you are correct. Federal funds were being used, right? And everything they did wrong. But not only that, to try and hide the loss of 47,000, whatever it was, to hide it and throwing it at the city dump without the city knowing what kind of chemicals were being thrown in there. And then once the city found out and put a stop to it, then what they actually did is they went to go hide it at the encampment. Right?
Yes.
And where the
kids go. Right? Not only that, my understanding is they just had a track meet. So how many of these kids were exposed to fertilizer? This is ammonia. This is, we assume it's ammonia. We don't know what kind of fertilizer it is. But then again, now the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality is going to have to be called in to figure out an illegal dump site for fertilizer. So now you've opened up a huge, huge liability to the district, and they exposed all these kids that were there. Just I think it was just a week ago that they had a track meet, or a few days ago they had a track meet there.
But it's, you know, and
So now they're not exposing them just to COVID. Now they're exposing them to dangerous chemicals. And did these parents know that their kids were around all these chemicals that were just dumped there?
you know, but
An illegal dump site by the school district.
going back into what Katy said right now, you know, this was Minerva's cry, and little Eddie's también. Oh, we're here for the children. We're here for the children. You know, little Eddie can't stop flirting with every other female employee that's out there at the district. I mean, he's too busy out there, allá cocoreando con las chavas, to really focus on the stuff that really affects our children. And look, what I was going to with that, why does it have to be me? Why? I mean, we have elected board members on there that que tienen que estar al tanto. They have to be focused on what's going on. They have to make sure that you know, that the safety of our staff, the safety of our students should be their number one concern. But it isn't. It really isn't, because our children are being placed in danger with chemicals that God only knows what. Federal funds that should go for the benefit of our students and staff, they're being pocketed by these individuals. But let me say something, Katy. Isn't it? Yeah, o sea, Abela Garza made her fake Sunshine Solutions company. Esta Sylvia Atkinson, la amiga de Carlos, went out there and made I don't know how many other LLCs. Trey Mendez, Katy's friend, goes out there and makes like 5, 6 LLCs. LLC. They use the same thing. This thing with the fertilizer, it was another company. Katy, I mean, que todos fueron a la misma escuela o qué?
Oh yeah, I don't know, but it's. I have a son that said, "Mom, I respect that education is extremely important," but he says you have a mayor that's an attorney, and he seems to be corrupt. That's what one of my sons says. And then my son says, "Mom, don't think I'm coming back to Brownsville, because Brownsville will never change with the leadership mentality that we have." And it's sad because he's young. He's not that old. But for him to say that Brownsville is not going to be for him to live, it's saddened. It's sad, and it saddens me because, you know, we want to make Brownsville this community where our family will stay, our children will stay, and they won't have to leave. But you know what? Like he said, Mom, Brownsville will always be the same town, because the elected officials that they keep electing is the same clica, the same group, and it's never going to change, Mom. And I can't change his mentality, but I'm going to tell you, Trey has yet to return one of my calls. And I told you this morning, Trey Mendez, the mayor, and I've called him to you know, complain about certain things. I don't think that he really cares, because if he would care, he would talk to other people that have called him and left messages. And I've heard people say, I voted for that guy and he has yet to return my calls. Well, you voted for the wrong guy. You should have known that. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate. People that literally were on his campaign trail have told me that guy will not return our calls. And it's a shame. It's sad.
Carlos, why so many LLCs? Why so many hidden companies? And look, let me say this, and Carlos, you could answer. Both of you can answer. I mean, one of the things that really disgusted me about the mayor, disgusted me. I don't care about using those harsh words. Really disgusted me, was that he comes out and says that Erasmo's just saying fake news. It's not true. He stated that, and he stated that because he said that they did everything by the guidelines, Carlos. But then, si todo estaban haciendo bien, Carlos, if they were doing everything right, then why didn't he put his name on there? Why did he have to hide behind that, what? Trinity A?
LLC. They hide behind an LLC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They hide behind an LLC.
But
they
why?
think people aren't going to find out.
But why?
Because
Carlos, why, Carlos? Why, Carlos? I mean, he said that I was fake news. Everything was on the up and up, and it was legal. Then if todo está bien, why not put his name on there?
Well, it's to hide. It's to be able to get into all these areas, because remember, as you create an LLC, you can create another one and another one, and another one, and you can do business with all of them. If you
Underneath,
shut one
underneath.
down, 5 or 6 or other are still in operation. All you do is kind of like just shifting. All you do, you shift, and you can create so many LLCs under one person or one group of people, and try and get as much money as you can from them. And if they catch you with one, you still have 5 other that are operating. So the biggest thing is not closing them down, is starting them. So you start a lot of them. So in case the government comes and shuts one down, you've got 3 or 4 more that you can continue using. And that's what they do. And as you can see it, that's what's happening now.
Kathy, why so many LLCs, Kathy?
I think
Why
because
not
it's a
put your name?
form. Yeah, well, because it's a form of them hiding their actual, not being transparent. It's the lack, they just don't want to be transparent. That's the bottom line. I firmly believe that if they were to be transparent, they would have put their names on it. They would have bought it like a regular person would have. But it's a business that they're running, and it's a business that they have an opportunity to build while they're in leadership, while they have the power. Because let me tell you, some of these people that are in leadership, they feel invincible. They feel that, hey, I am the law. The buck stops here. Nothing's going to happen to me. That's the problem. Hello there, Miss Lial. How are you doing, Miss Emma? But it's unfortunate, and a lot of people are getting tired of that. And I think it's getting to the point where that's why we keep saying, guys, pay attention during the election. If you don't know the candidate, get to know the candidate. Get to know the truth about the individual. Lies are very easy to be made by any individual. But if you want to know the truth, go talk to that person. Get the feel of that individual. Hi, Miss Esme. But it's so unfortunate, and I know what it is to stand strong and to stand for what I believe in. And I know not to back down, and I know to respect my community, because that is the right thing to do as an elected official. And I think a lot of us have gone. I mean, Erasmo, you've gone through some of it. Carlos has gone through some of it. I went through some of it. But hey, I don't back down, and I love the challenge. I love for people to challenge me. I really do. I did not give up. I did not quit when I had to file the complaint against Baltasar Salazar for creating that PAC, the so-called PAC that he was not aware of. He was aware of it. He knew all along. And I wish I could sit in front of him and I could tell him what I need to tell him, but he doesn't have the guts to sit in front of me.
I agree, guys. Anyone that wants to donate for the filing of Minerva Peña's removal, Erasmo Castro J, Cash App, guys. Thank you, Erica. That's where to send the money, guys.
Is that where we have to send the money? Is that where we have to send the money?
Yes, please.
What's the minimum?
Send as much as you want. Send $1. Let me tell you guys, at the end of the day, one of the things, and look, I'm not even joking. People send a donation so that we could file the petition on Monday. And no, but sabes que, it may sound self-serving to a certain point. It might sound self-serving, but no, guys, become a part of the process. I think that's something that Katy was saying. Become a part of the process. Stop letting these people drive this community down the gutter, guys. Down the fertilizer that they have at the encampment. Stop. Be a part of the solution. And the way that you are part of the solution is supporting candidates that are not a part of the corrupt political machine. And aunque te cueste unos 5, 20, 10, $100, $200, throw the cash out there, bro. Become a part of the damn process. Or no,
oh yeah.
Yes. You got to be part of it. You have to get involved. I've spoken to people and they say, well, I didn't know. Well, get involved, guys. It doesn't cost much to get involved. Get to know people out there, participate. I'm up here in Colorado and I read that there's something at the Port of Brownsville going on. I think this weekend or next week, I think the Port of Brownsville is celebrating 85 years or something like that. Are you going to go, Erasmo? You're going to be part of it?
I'm going to go for a little bit again.
You got the red ticket or the blue ticket?
I don't think
Is
I
there
got any
tickets?
tickets
Is there
this
red
time.
and blue? Or what?
I don't think I got any tickets this time, but I might go out there for a while. Let me tell you, one of the things, and Kathy, you can attest to this. Carlos no, porque no trabaja. Pero one of the things, guys, I mean, we really work, and we have a life outside all this other stuff. And let me say, guys, it doesn't get good. Doesn't get good, guys. This is where you could need to send the money, Cash App or to Zeal. I know it sounds bad, but I don't care. Let's get this chick off the damn board. But one of the things that look, and I share this, and I'll say this again. Mira, they wanted to destroy my life. They wanted to destroy Kathy's life. They wanted to destroy Carlos's life. And my lo que me pone triste is, a lot of times, and I'll say this, we looked at a lot of the stuff that was presented sometimes, and I had to question and go back and think, how many times did they convince me, that they were on the up and up and stuff. But let me say, my biggest concern, guys, how many other people did they destroy on the way here? How many other lives were affected?
Many.
It is unfortunate, guys, but many folks' lives were destroyed, were decimated, and that's really, really, it really does suck, guys. It really, really does suck that they're in a position where it's an honorable position. Serving as the mayor of Brownsville, serving as a board member, guys, should be an honorable position. Something de honra, and ellos lo abaratean. They make it cheap. They make it horrible. I mean, the only solution, guys, is if we all get together and come out to vote and get rid of all these individuals, guys. Oh, thank you, guys, who have already sent in. Guys, keep on sending in, guys. Thank you so much. People are sending in $5. Send in $5. Send $20. Send $50. Send $1,000, guys. It's okay. I'll find a way to spend it.
On your next trip?
My next trip. Hey, oh gosh,
no. Hey, it's expensive. It's expensive to file something in court. People need to know that for the documentation and the process, it's going to cost money. It's not going to be for free, But
you know what? One of the things, and I'll say this, guys, again. I mean, yeah, I'm going to get the money, but I'm very transparent about it. But you know what, guys? By you donating money, you become a part of the removal process. Guys?
The process.
You become a part of it. Because when I go walk my beautiful behind to the courthouse on Monday to turn in that paperwork, it's like you're going to be right there with me, guys.
Most definitely.
Well, Carlos?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if they can't do it or they choose not to, they want to just support the person who's going to do it. And in this case, they need money to be able to file it. It's not free. Not only that, it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
It does take time. So, I mean, we already know voting and everything else. I mean, how else can we guarantee, Kathy, how else can we guarantee that the people that we have in these elected positions are not going to rip us off?
You know that I'm gonna tell you this, that a lot of the people that contribute without not wanting anything in return, that they just do it because it's in their heart to do it. Let's say, like you use an example, Carlos, right? He's out there saving lives. He does it because that's within him to do. That's his passion. That's what he was born to do. He's a natural. It comes for him. It becomes natural to pull over. He sees an accident or he goes. I believe you're in the nursing business also, aren't you, Carlos? Okay.
Yes.
So those are things. My brother, he loves that. He loves to do that. and we need to look at these. A lot of these people that are running, it's lip service. It's just lip service. And they put up a face and they're these saints. And believe me, the most quiet ones are the most deceiving ones. Be very careful with who you elect. Sometimes, you need to elect the rowdy ones, the ones that are going to stand up for what they believe in. And they're going to be your fighters. They're going to be the ones that are going to stand firm to what's best for you as a citizen. I've seen some of these people and I say, God, don't be confused. Don't vote for that person, because believe me, get to know the party, get to know what they're really all about. Because a lot of the times it's just lip service. They get elected and they become this individual that they don't even know you. They forget that they went to your door and knocked on your door and asked for your vote. So let me tell you, please, people, get involved in the next elections. Pay attention who you're voting for. It's real important. That's the only way we're going to be able to change Brownsville. There is good people out there you can elect and you can put in these positions. Right now, we have a mess. We have too many outsiders coming into our community, getting paid these high positions that they don't deserve, because all they're doing is manipulating the system. And they're not even born and raised in Brownsville. That's the sad part.
Yeah, one of the things that I don't know if you heard, Carlos, but the new city attorney is el hijo de otro corrupto from Edinburgh. I mean, what? Yeah, we got tired of our own local ratas, that now that we're also importing ratas from other cities.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard any about that stuff. Been working too hard, Erasmo.
Pues ya no trabajes tanto, Carlos.
Too many sick people over here.
26 people. No, pues dice Minerva que si vas a aparecer el COVID en 3 semanas.
Yeah, sure.
Let me say again, guys. I got a lot of people, que me dicen, Erasmo, que me decían, Erasmo, because I would tell them, guys, I'm going to celebrate, because I knew it was going to happen. I actually posted about it a month ago. I talked about it for a while, and a lot of people we are all expecting her to be indicted on October the 6th. But let me say, guys, a lot of people were saying, Erasmo, you shouldn't be happy about it. You shouldn't be. You better believe I'm ecstatic about it. I couldn't sit down, guys. I was jumping up and down at my office, guys. Jumping up and down the minute I found out. And I found out the minute that she walked her ugly behind to Carrizales, guys. I could not sit down. I was ecstatic. And let me tell you guys, I would pay for the taxi cab. I would pay for the one-way taxi fare to take her to Queen Isabella Bridge, for her to jump the hell off that bridge. In a flash, in a second, I would pay for that if she would be willing to jump, because she is such a piece of crap. Such a piece of crap. She has hurt so many people in this district. She has hurt so many individuals, guys, by her patheticness. And then what really pisses me off is something that Kathy mentioned. Oh, Jesus' blood. Oh, Jesus' blood. Jesus loves the little children. And that's all she would say. And tell us these god-awful stories about her father and her sayings and the same crap over and over and over again. But you know what? There's nothing that infuriates me more than these fake Christians, guys, that go out there and hide behind Jesus' blood, hide behind their religiosity, and say, oh, Jesus saves. She was the one that was out there with that hope day of prayer, whatever. It's all a scam, guys. They're all scams. But people fall for that crap. And then they go, oh, Erasmo doesn't like praying. Erasmo doesn't like praying. No, I don't like you being transeado de tu dinero, imbécil. But look, I'm a preacher at church, guys. I'm a preacher at church. I don't go out here and hide behind my spiritual life. I don't. And as crass as I may be, and as harsh as I may be sometimes, folks, you know what you get with Erasmo Castro. There's no fakeness about Erasmo Castro. You're not going to hear it from anybody
What you
else.
see
Is what you
what
get,
you see is what you
baby.
get.
Punto.
Yeah.
You know?
And hey,
But
yeah,
Kathy,
that's right.
But my thing is, what do you prefer, guys? Do you and I told people when I ran for mayor, I said, guys, do you want me to tell you the truth or you want me to lie to you? Because if I tell you the truth, se van a molestar. Tell me. ¿Quieres que te mienta? You know, you want me to lie or you want me to tell you the truth? And you know, it seems to me that a lot of people aquí in Brownsville quieren que les echen mentiras. You know, Carlos, am I wrong?
No, you're right.
But that's the truth. That's the truth. Reality check is I prefer somebody to say it up front than having to be a hypocrite. There's a saying in Spanish, and it sounds ugly and vulgar, pero Minerva se daba golpes en el pecho, perdóname Dios, ¿verdad? Pero entra comiendo santos y sale cagando diablos. That's reality. It is what it is. That's the type of person she was. In front of me, I would say, how can you be so hypocrite saying here that Jesus, and then out there you're crucifying somebody else? That's not being Christian. That's not being a good person in God's eyes. How can you be that way? Oh, be quiet, Miss Presas. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. But no, you know, she always portrayed to be this saint. She was a hypocrite. All along, she's been a hypocrite.
Carlos, you sat with her there for many years. Carlos, ¿no te fastidiaba, Carlos? Jesus, Jesus, God, Jesus, 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 God, Jesus, Jesus?
Well, that was only in public.
Oh, yeah.
Because in executive sessions, no, it wasn't like that.
Well, you know.
No, in executive session, it got hard with her. It got tough with her. It was because she's very hard-headed. She never wanted to listen. It was her way or the highway. That's the way she functioned. True or not true, Carlos?
Yep. No, yeah, it's true.
Guys, as of right now, we received $125, guys. $125 so far, guys. We still need $250, guys. So, guys, if you have not donated yet, thrown in the money, send in the money, guys. $225 at the end of the night. I'll share how much money we received, and as soon as we get the $375, I'll tell you, ya no manden más dinero. But I'm transparent. I'll even show my.
You gotta save it for the next board member, whoever's next, and then you go. You leave it.
Yeah, let's send me 750.
The next board member, it's already there. Hey, you're ready.
Ya está, ya
all you gotta do is go file it. That's it.
Ya está pagado, raza. Let me see if anybody's sending money via Zeal, but they've already sent money Cash App. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody that's sending money from Cash App. Keep on sending more money. Oh, no, Zeal, no. Guys, you could send via Zeal. But look, guys, for me, it really gnaws on look, I've known Kathy for a while. I've known Carlos for a while. Oh, got another one. Thank you. I've known guys for a while. And look, guys, we ran against each other, folks. You know, we ran against each other. And let me say, one of the things that I'm very, very proud of the relationship that I have with both of you, you know, is that, I mean, we have had our fights. We've had our discussions. You know, we've had our entres. But we could easily leave that aside, go get a meal, go get a drink, and continue to fight for what's right in the community. And that's something that's lacking here. Politicians here, te odian, Kathy, te odian por vida. That's not life.
Yeah, they take it too personal. They can't, you know, and in other words, they take it personal and they hate you for life. That's why a lot of people are afraid to speak up. Especially in the city of Brownsville, they've had it already. They can't deal with the administration they have right now and with the leaderships that they have right now. The BISD, I get calls every day. Oh, the BISD is a mess. BISD, we're barely surviving. I keep telling them, I'm not your board member, but please speak out for us, Ms. Presas. Okay, but we got to do it in unity. We have to get a group together. You know, we can do it, but we have to stand together. Regardless if we have our indifferences, we have to come together and we have to get things done. Because Brownsville, like I'm telling you, the district, there's a lot of issues. The city of Brownsville, it's really, I mean, for them to have removed our local attorneys that had already been serving, you know, to bring in somebody from Hidalgo or from Edinburgh, it's such a shame. What does that tell you? We have a superintendent that from Edinburgh. We have a city manager. Where's he from? I can't even remember where he's from, but he's not from here. And then we have now the city attorney. He's from Edinburgh. What's going on, guys? What's wrong with this picture? And they all
It's
cover for
crazy.
each other. That's why they bring them in. That's why they bring them in, because they bring in the people that are going to keep their mouths shut, and they're not going to turn them over, and they're going to say, let's roll the same way. That's it. That's the problem.
I, I think it's crazy. You know, I think it's crazy. I just don't understand, guys. Before let me cut in, guys. If anyone wants to go to Matamoros, do not go to Matamoros, guys. Avoid Matamoros. Listen to me. Avoid Matamoros, guys. There are shootouts. There are demonstrations. Please, please, please avoid Matamoros at all costs. Do not go to Matamoros, guys. It doesn't look very pretty. And God bless the people from Matamoros. God bless our family and friends out there, guys. It's a horrible situation going on in Matamoros right now. As we speak right now, there are shootouts all over Matamoros, guys. Individuals have classified it and have declared it as a war zone, guys. That it appears to be a war zone. So please, please, folks, stay away from Matamoros, Tamaulipas. And it's just a sad situation, but that's just the reality of what we live in. I don't know, guys. There's so much to do for the community, Carlos. There's so much that needs to be done. What are our next steps, Carlos?
Just wait. I mean, what else can we do? Wait to see
Ride the
what the
wave.
judicial system. Yeah, that's all we can do. I mean, there's nothing we can do.
I
We
mean,
have
but
to wait.
there's got to be something in regards to what activism. I think that we need to continue to something that I was speaking with Kathy today. We need to continue to educate the individuals, guys. This is happening, right? Because let me tell you guys. I mean, tonight we've had like 250 people watching tonight, and it grows up every single time one of these individuals gets arrested. But let me say, guys, why is it that way? I mean, it seems like everyone wants this, like the news of the day, the news of the day. A ver qué pasa, a ver the news of the day. My concern, guys, is that we need to be on game every day. Not only when tragedy happens, or not only when somebody gets arrested, but one of the things that happens, I think, Carlos and Kati, is that a lot more people start to believe, like, Kati, you've been calling out Baltasar Salazar for years, years, and it's till we start to learn, start to share information with individuals, that we go like, man, pensábamos que Katy estaba loca, but oh no, she was right. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but that's what happens. El tiempo trae todo a la luz. And I think one of the things that's happened with me is I'm out there screaming about Sylvia, and 75% of the people are going like, that's most crazy. And then we're talking about Baltasar Salazar, and then it went down to like 60% of the people. We were talking about all these other individuals, Arambula, who was stealing money from the district, and then less and less. I really think, guys, am I crazy? I really think that more and more people are starting to wake up.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we
you're
just need.
the substance that you're putting out is actually true or plausible in the sense, and people are realizing that people are calling you and letting you know what's happening, because you are not everywhere, nor am I, nor Kata are everywhere. But if there's people that are trusting you and you putting out the information, and actually there's substance to it, people are going to start telling you more. People are going to be speaking. They're not going to be speaking themselves, because for the most part, just like what they do to the employees, you speak out, what are they going to do? They're going to fire you. Just what they did to that guy at the city. He spoke out on the illegalities that were going on, and he got fired for it. So there's only one person they can turn to, or several individuals who are actually going to speak on it. And this is the reason that you're having more of a base that's wanting to make sure that they tell you, so you can put it out for them.
I agree. Kathy, what's your take on it?
It's a lot of the people have fear, and it's just like Carlos says. I mean, I think think that a lot of us, when we're saying something, it's because we've already seen it, we've already been there, we've already been exposed to it. I mean, you knew Baltasar Salazar, Carlos knew Baltasar. I knew from the very beginning, and I did not vote for the guy to begin with. I felt that the taxpayers' money was going to go to somebody that didn't have the experience to do school law. Very simple. And the man hated me for that. He disliked me that I didn't vote for him to get a $200,000 contract. Well, guess what, buddy? I don't accept mediocrity, and you were not qualified. So at the same time, like you say, when we say people think that we're crazy, we're not crazy. We're telling you because we already have the facts. We've already been dealing with certain situations that we know what we're bringing to you.
¿Cómo dice? Yo sé que el caballo es qué.
Para que yo te diga que el caballo es pinto, es porque ya traigo los pelos en la mano. Para que yo te diga que el caballo es pinto, es porque ya traigo los pelos en la mano.
I think
that's
so
what
too.
it is.
So, let me say, Cash App with the brown back your browser. Let me say, I am very, very proud of what happened today. I'm very, very proud of what happened today because it's a step in the right direction, guys. It's a good step in the right direction, and there needs to be more good steps. You know, Drew Brown needs to go down. She needs to be arrested. The city commissioners, guys, all of them need to be removed. Every single one of them. All those boards and committees need to be wiped clean. Adela Garza needs to be thrown in jail, guys. There's so much work to do, guys. And let me say this there, and I appreciate the fact that people keep on sending information. That's great. I appreciate the fact that Katy, and people have said this. Katy goes out there y te la dice como ella ve que es, And Carlos doesn't mince words, doesn't hide his sentiments at all, and his opinions in that respect. We need more vocal people in Brownsville, guys. We need more individuals that are willing to call these people out. Katy made mention that she, called the superintendent's office for months and didn't get a response. Called the mayor's office, didn't get a response. Guys, you may want to say like, pues, qué mala onda. No, she's doing her part. She's wanting to ask questions by the individuals that have to produce answers for you and for me. Part of the problem is I think these people want to make you feel that your voice isn't important. Guys, your voice is important. And it's needed in this community. You need to continue to express your concerns. You need to continue to go out there and call the mayor out on his social media plays. ¿Qué importa if he does block you, guys? But, I get tired of going out there, Carlos, and seeing all these posts about, oh, mayor, you're doing a great job. Great job. Carlos, for who?
For them. For themselves.
Massive shooting from Puerto Rico, Sexta Avenida del Niño Soriana, Plaza Fiesta. Guys, be very careful out there. Oh, thank you for another. I finally got my first deal payment. Guys, any last words before we leave today?
You guys have a safe weekend. Keep coming back to Erasmo's site so you can stay up with the latest news, or at least what's out there, what's going on, so you can get informed. He brings out a lot of information for the community. So stay in touch with his show. Be safe. Practice your 6-foot distance still. There's still a lot of virus going around. Like they say, wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer. Stay safe.
Let me say, guys, the shooting got so bad in Matamoros that it actually went into Soriana Plaza Fiesta.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, wow.
It's crazy out there. I've seen the videos. I can't post the videos, but guys, it's not good in Matamoros, guys. Carlos, last words, Carlos?
Stay safe out there, guys. Remember, just keep sending information, and Erasmo needs more money so we can file that thing on Monday.
Guys, please, Cash App more money, please. To the horrible accident in Westlaco, I can't post that either. A horrible accident. Someone got literally run over. It looks like to be on the expressway, guys. Horrible, horrible video. Guys, please be careful out there. It is the weekend, and please be careful, guys, and avoid Matamoros. And I say that despite the fact that I have to be in Matamoros tomorrow. But anyway, guys, thank you all, guys. Thank you for coming on. I greatly appreciate your knowledge and your passion for the community. But guys, send encouraging words to Carlos Elizondo. Send encouraging words to Katy Presas, guys, via their social media page, via their text. One of the things that I think most people here in Brownsville have is Carlos Elizondo's phone number and Katy's phone number. And you, of course, have my phone number, guys, because we're out there ready to take your calls anytime to hear, to listen to your concerns, and to do all we can in regards to trying to find a solution to whatever ails or pains you. And I wish that a lot of the elected officials that we have right now they offer the same, and unfortunately they don't. They are only out there for the elite, the selected few, guys. And guys, have a great weekend. To stay safe, guys. It's a great day for the city of Brownsville. It's a great day for our community. One more will be taken down, guys. There's still a lot more work ahead of us. We don't stop. We don't surrender. We don't falter, and we will not fail, guys.
Amen.
Continue to fight. Continue to fight. Continue to fight. Continue to stand at our side, guys. And together we can bring about the change that is so desperately needed in this community, guys. Be good to each other. And please continue to send money via Cash App and continue to be good to me. God bless, guys.
God bless. Bye.